Now, this time last year, the Badgers were flying under the radar as they're accustomed to do, but after their Final Four run, Wisconsin has been thrust into the spotlight, being named the unanimous preseason favorite to win the Big Ten. And that means there's nowhere to hide for Frank Kaminsky. The 7-foot center has been named the conference preseason player of the year after deciding not to go to the draft last year and return for his senior season. And what a difference a year makes. 2 seasons ago, he was a relative unknown. Today, he's one of the most talked about players in the league. So what does Frank the Tank think about his newfound celebrity?
It's weird. It's different because, I didn't know what to expect, when I got to Wisconsin, what was going to happen with me, what I was going to be able to achieve, and to go from unknown to, like you said, the celebrity in the room. That's kind of weird because I'm the kind of person that hates attention. So I'm more impressed with the fact that we're, as a team, picked to win the Big Ten. That's more impressive to me because, you can get a plaque and a little thing saying you won all Big Ten, but, I won a Big Ten championship ring.
Kaminsky not the only one picking up conference honors today. Junior Sam Decker also named to the preseason all-conference team, making 10 preseason all-conference honors for Coach Bo Ryan, second only to Michigan State with 11. In Chicago, Veronica Rohrmoser, 27 Sports. Well, it wasn't pretty, but the Packers remain unbeaten on this field, 7-0 now at home as they get the win last night over Atlanta, 43-37. The Packers once again getting out to a fast start, leading 31-7 at the half, but the Packers defense had no answer for Falcons' Julio Jones in the second half. Jones had 11 catches for 259 yards and 1 touchdown, the most receiving yards by anyone in a single game against the Pack. But Aaron Rodgers, in his 100th career start, threw for 327 yards and 3 scores, breaking Tony Romo's record for most passing yards in that span.
When you're a young player, that you can only dream about these kind of opportunities, and then you get into it and you think, I'd love to do 100 more. So it's fun to be able to be healthy after 13 weeks and to be able to play the way I want to play.
He's a great player, probably the best quarterback in the league, and what all he can do with his arm and his legs and the way he commands our offense, it's fun to be a part of, and it's great to have that success.
With the win, Rodgers now has an overall record of 68-32, the exact same record as Brett Favre in his first 100 career starts. The Packers are tied atop the NFC at 10-3 and will head to Buffalo next Sunday. At Lambeau, Veronica Rohrmoser, 27 News. The Badgers know in the Big Ten tournament they're going to get every team's best shot, and as expected, Purdue was no different. But talk about a tale of 2 halves. This game was close until it wasn't. Wisconsin started 3 for 3 before Purdue opened up a 10-0 run and took a 4-point lead. The Badgers had no answer for A.J. Hammonds, who was throwing his own block party, effectively shutting down Frank Kaminsky and holding the Big Ten Player of the Year to just 4 first-half points.
Every team feels like it plays us differently. Once we were able to figure that out and really know what plays and things we should run, we were able to get stuff going. And in the second half, Coach made some adjustments for us.
Wisconsin came out and played perhaps its best half of the entire season, opening up a 14-3 run behind Bronson Koenig.
We got the ball inside more. We kind of stopped settling for, jump shots and three-pointers and stuff like that.
The sophomore guard had a career-high 19 points to lead the Badgers to a 20-point victory.
It just shows how well we can play. We go from down 5 at halftime to winning the game by 20. That doesn't just happen by accident.
Sam Decker threw down everything he saw, showing just how good this team could be and making a strong case for a #1 seed in the NCAA tournament.
I've seen some teams lose, and then us have one game away from a tournament championship, so conference sweep. That'd be pretty hard to ignore.
We have a chance to cut down some nets tomorrow, win a trophy. That should speak for itself.
Well, the Badgers will be eagerly waiting to find out their fate Sunday night, but first things first, they've got one more game as they look to become the undisputed Big Ten champs. In Chicago, Veronica Rohrmoser, 27 Sports. Well, the Bucs may finish the season with the worst record in the league, but fans have 550 million reasons to be hopeful for next year.
Milwaukee fans deserve a winning team. This is about winning basketball games. It's about winning championships. It's about being part of the community, and we look forward to all those.
New York investors Wes Edens and his partner Mark Lazary will soon take over ownership of the Bucks. Longtime owner Senator Herb Kohl announced Wednesday Edens and Lazary have agreed to purchase the team for $550 million.
There's a fork in the road. You know what Yogi Berra said? When you come to a fork in the road, take it. So for me, this is a fork in the road, and it's time to pass it on to new people who are going to enjoy it equally much.
Consistent with his dedication and commitment for nearly 30 years of ownership, Senator Kohl has pledged a $100 million gift to be used in the building of a brand new state-of-the-art arena, a gift Lazary and Edens have agreed to match.
We want to build a great team. We want to build a great arena. And you're going to find that we are going to spend a big chunk of our time here in trying to do that.
We have a great opportunity here to do good things for our city and for our state.
Now, the sale isn't actually final. The NBA still has to approve the sale. Those talks begin Thursday morning. In Milwaukee, Veronica Rohrmoser, 27 Sports. It's Big Ten Basketball Media Day, and all eyes are on Wisconsin. After last year's Final Four run, the Badgers have been named the unanimous preseason favorite. Returning 4 of 5 starters and 7 of their top 8 scorers, it seems Wisconsin is primed for yet another record-setting season. It's the first time in the Bo Ryan era Wisconsin has earned that preseason #1 ranking. It's also the first time they've had 2 players named to the preseason all-conference team. Junior Sam Decker and center Frank Kaminsky, who also earned Big Ten preseason player of the year. But the Badgers know it doesn't matter where they're ranked or how many honors they receive. They're approaching this season the same way they do every year.
You can't possibly think that I woke up this fall thinking, oh, wow, I'm going to do something different. I think challenges for coaches and coaching staffs are the same whether you finished bottom half of your league, if you finished 500. Still for the next season, what you're looking to do is try to see if you can continue to develop your players.
Wisconsin always has a target on their back. We have a lot of teams that want to knock us off, and we want to knock off a lot of teams. That's what it's like in the Big Ten. We just got to go out there and do our thing, and coaches prepares us so well, day in and day out, to play against these teams and have that same mentality every day to work hard and get better.
So while the outside expectations may be high, the expectations they have for themselves are even higher, and it all starts with bringing home a Big Ten championship. In Chicago, Veronica Rohrmoser, 27 Sports. Perhaps these bitter cold temperatures are a fitting setting as 2 bitter rivals, Potosi and Blackhawk, go head-to-head tonight in Division 7. Both powerhouses in the Six Rivers Conference. Potosi has just 1 loss on the season, while Blackhawk has outscored their opponents 56-8 in the playoffs. Now, obviously, these 2 are no stranger to one another. The last time they met, the Chieftains narrowly pulling out a 29-22 victory. So Blackhawk definitely looking for some revenge tonight.
Well, we've seen each other 4 times in the last 14 months, so we're really familiar with one another, and there's not going to be any surprises or anything. And as far as, the level of the game, we hype it up and everything, but once the ball's snapped, it's just going to be another football game, and we kind of have to get away from that and making sure that our kids just play hard, just like they have been doing. It's just nice playing at home, too, because it's so familiar. You're not on a bus traveling for an hour or anything like that. So home field advantage always is a big thing, and we're pretty blessed to have that tonight.
Now, Blackhawk on a 4-game winning streak, Potosi on an 8-game winning streak. One of those will end tonight as one of these teams advances 1 step closer to playing for that state championship. In Potosi, Veronica Rohrmoser, 27 Sports. When 2 of the top 4 teams in the nation go head-to-head this early in the season, you know it's going to be big. But just how big is tonight's matchup between Wisconsin and Duke? Well, ESPN SportsCenter is doing their entire show live from the Kohl Center floor, if that tells you anything. Tonight's contest is just the 3rd ever in the history of the Kohl Center to feature 2 top 10 teams, and history is on the Badgers' side as they won both of the previous matchups. But just like all the preseason hype, the players aren't letting tonight's excitement get to them. It's just another game, but one they're prepared to win.
Duke is always one of those teams that you want to play. Everyone wants to get at them, and they've earned it. You got to respect them, got to respect what they do. Whenever you get a chance to square up with a team like that, you got to be excited, you got to be ready to play.
They're McDonald's All-Americans. Falcons for a reason. They're really good basketball players, and they've been effective so far at the college level. So it'll be experience versus youth, and hopefully we'll come out on top.
The Badgers are off to a stellar 7-0 start for just the second straight season, and they're hoping to continue that streak tonight when they tip off with the Blue Devils at 8:30. At the Kohl Center, Veronica Rohrmoser, 27 Sports.